G'day everyone, welcome back. For those that don't know me, my name is Kerry Corney. I'm a wood turner based in Brisbane, Australia. Now, getting stuck straight back into some more jobs. I've had another requested little job here of, they wanted a platter, but they also want to take the platter away with them when they go on their little travels, just locally or interstate. So, and you could probably see it on there. It's dated the 17th of the 12th, 2022. So, that's what it looks like there, and you might be seeing that it already has a tenon on one side plus a wood screw for a woodworm screw there, and it's also looks like it's been finished on the back. I don't know what I was doing, but I think I was just going through and rough turning some pieces. On the back, I'm actually quite amazed as to the quality that it is in, being that it was turned in 2022 and it's been left under my new wood shelter. But I have noticed that it has a crack down here that I think I've put some glue in it already to try and probably preserve it. So we might end up having to turn that away. Problem number uno. Problem number two, and I'll show you, is when I put this spike into it, there's a fair chunk of material where that wood screw went through. And I reckon we're going to be pushing it to actually get a decent thickness of about, I reckon we're going to get 5 mil in the end. Now this material, as you can see, there's been a crutch section here. We have got quarter sawn material running through here, but crutch material running in that section there. So it's quite a unique little piece. Now, I'm not going to do too much. Actually, we'll see how that runs too. They're both running fairly true, but obviously, so straight to the little GL5 here. I haven't got too much vibration, but I just want to focus in down here. I'm not going to go too drastic. I'm just going to tidy this little bit up here in there, and I think we'll be able to get away with it. Cut that bit there. We'll see if we remove that. You see how out around it is where I've touched it on this side, but on this side I haven't really touched it up high here. Let's just recut this. Let's just recut it. I don't know if you saw that then, but I lost the cut, so I just came back and picked it back up. Now I'm just going to come around this way. So I just followed that little Roman ogee curve out. So I just went out, in, out, and then back in there to just get that little Roman ogee. And I'm just going to lightly recut this tenon on the back here. Oh, mortise, Kes, mortise. I can't take too much off that back bit there, because if I do, I will be running the gauntlet then. So I'm just going to do a light little, just going to open the cut there, and then I'm just going to lightly take like 2 millimeters off. Oop. And when I come into that corner there, I'm looking over this side here. So that's us there. I'm going to leave that domed there because that'll give us some insurance in the end. Because if we end up cutting a little bit too much off the other side, we will have that little dome there as insurance. So what I'm going to ask is if anyone in Australia knows of a company that make those sort of ones that attach up to the ceiling, and I could just pull it over. You might see a professional wood turner that uses one. Lucas. I want one that I can just pull over and it's got the chute there, and then when I don't want it, I can just push it over and make like a pivot system in the middle there. So if anyone knows of anyone in Australia, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could put me in touch with them, and then we can go from there. Starting with 180 grit, let's get stuck in, eh? Nice chin wagon from Keza. See if this is powered up. Oh, first go. Those circles that have helped me align up my brand. Now look at that little crutch coming through there. Quarter sawn, it's going to look absolutely stunning. I am going to brand this, so running the grain horizontally there so I can sign it and it looks all nice and neat. Now for those wondering what this is, obviously that's my branding iron, but this here is a gas cooker that I had from when I was in the army in reconnaissance, and I used to have a lot of fond memories using that. I used to love pulling up and making a nice coffee and just sitting back with the lads, and there's nothing better in the world, sharing a brew with your mates. Righto, let's brand him up here. Those circles there to help me center it up. Just a light one. There we go, nothing too serious. Righto, let's get it oiled. So these are the gloves I use. I was asked in the previous video what are the black gloves I'm using, and they're super heavy duty, so perfect for a bloke like me. Tongue oil by Woodcut Tools. The stuff looks like honey, so it's quite thick. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's like a flame running through there. How nice is that? And those little pencil lines just come off with the oil. Rub that around. And now this camphor laurel doesn't actually smell really badly of camphor laurel. A lot of people ask me, how do I get rid of the camphor smell? And you just got to let it dry and then give it a good finish, a good coating. And people might be wondering why I'm not using the Osmo oil. It's because it's a pretty labour intensive sort of finish. It's very expensive, and I preferred to just use this oil here for some really utilitarian pieces. We've got the 400 grit wet and dry sandpaper here. Keep it in on a little Tupperware container. Don't tell the wife. And now we'll crank it back on here. Just keeping it slow there just to start with. Just working that sandpaper over it. Sometimes also when you put a really high shine finish on pieces, people they don't want to use it. And all of us out there, all us wood turners, love when we make these pieces for people to use. So it's kind of, it's a tricky one. Showroom pieces, or urns and things like that, and vases, I can understand if you make them shiny. That's it's a show piece. It's not meant to really be handled all the time. But when it comes to platters and utilitarian pieces, the shine, I don't think it really matters, and it scares people off. A nice clean rag here, and we'll buff that off. Generating a bit of heat. Simple, clean back of the platter there. Quarter saw on one side, crutch one side, just a beautiful piece. And now we will flip it around. Whoa, 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 that ruler, it's got a mind of its own. Everyone knows that ruler too, that have watched this channel for a while. Open him up. Oop, a bit more. Pop him down there. I explained in my previous video why I do that. Chuck off, chuck on. Just gotta run that like that. Push it in. Righto. 16 mil, and I'm just gonna bring that down. Now I'm not gonna take it all the way down just yet. I'm gonna keep that little bit of weight in there, and then I'm gonna come out and deal with this out on the side here. Put a little bit of vibration. See how that looks there? It's quite deep, isn't it? But it doesn't appear, or maybe a little bit. Goes through the other side a little bit. So maybe we turn it this way and see what comes of it. Now I'm holding the gouge by my side like this, and I'm only using my fingers like a claw, and my index finger and my root finger, the middle finger, are there to support the back just ever so slightly. So when I guide it with my thumb, I'm pushing down on the tool rest. This is just how I do it. And I'm just giving that back a little tiny support there. Obviously, if you don't feel comfortable doing any of these movements, don't do them at all. Goes without saying. I know we just lost a bit of size, but I'd rather have a very clean looking platter than a platter with the big old chip in the side of it. I don't know about you, but that's me. How we're looking now? Good. Okay. It's ever so, it's just tiny there now.
Just squeezing that tool in.
We've got about, hold on, got about that much there. And I know that doesn't tell you much, so we've got 10, oh, no we don't, raggy. Got 15 mil, but I reckon we're gonna make a funnel out of this. So let's just do this right then. And if we don't make a funnel, at least we can save it. We're gonna just get rid of that split. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking. Parallel to the piece. Let's get stuck in. Little Reagan down here can sense a storm coming. She's not very happy about it. Hey Ray, Reagan, it's okay honey. Just gonna work this down now. Might just hold it there for a bit. Really, we need to know the extent of that there. Gonna make a little about there. Just before I cut that out, just want to have a see that I've got a little step in there. I could see it on my side. I've got a little step just in there, so I need to get rid of that. So I'm just going to turn the lathe down, grab a fresh gouge, same 16mm gouges, and I'm just going to come along here. Put another one in here. See, I've still got that little impression there. There we go. Oh goodness me, it's haunting me, this. Here comes the screening. Oh, got it. Just. Let's sand it up. Now let's see how we went. Nice little bead detail in there. I was pretty happy with that. Bit of chatoyance coming through. Lovely. One thing I've learned about wet sanding is to try and, well, any sanding in general, is to always move that paper around, because I have found in the past that I've I've made a mistake on jobs by keeping it static, keeping it in one spot, and over sanding and rolling pieces from a nice fresh cut. I prefer a nice fresh cut over an over sanded piece, you know. 600 grit. Bit more speed. Really working that sandpaper across now. Roll it over that bit there. Come back in the side and then roll over. Produces like that nice little bit of slurry in there where my thumb is, just here. Gets that nice bit of slurry in there. I'm happy we turned that, and I'm pretty sure you would be too. We turned that crack out. Might be a bit smaller than what we originally started with, but I'm a lot happier that it's fault free, you know what I mean? Now get a nice sort of clean rag there and just buff that oil in there. This will be the first coat, and then I'll put the second coat on in like a week or so, just as I'm turning pieces, getting them all ready. I'm super happy about this piece. There's still plenty of strength in the middle there. There's no worries about that. Just a gorgeous little serving platter you can put out with some little chips and dips and whatever for your friends to enjoy and have something beautiful. And that's why I like this traditional turning, is just using what has always been turned and making it your own in a sense, and just bringing back to life those old shapes and beautiful pieces and ways of doing things with traditional tools. That's what I love about this craft. And I think the proof is in the pudding when you see your end result and you show it to your wife or your loved one, and they see it, and it's quite a special moment when you see them light up and, did you make that? It's pretty cool, I reckon. Camphor Laurel platter. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you directly. Cheers.